Hi, and welcome to the ReReview. I'm David,
I'm Jared.
and for those who don't know, the ReReview, we just look over reviews, give our own input. We're going to have a movie review, and then we're going to have last week's answer to the mystery review with a brand new mystery review.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, so for this week's ReReview,
Okay.
wow.
It's pretty epic. All right. So, okay. I'll try my best to be nice. By which I mean have as little curse words as possible. Okay, so my business is ordered from this place at least once a week. Sometimes twice. Sometimes more. I would say 2 out of 3 orders would be messed up somehow. Forgetting drinks, forgetting pizzas. Yeah, entire pizzas would be forgotten. Simple orders of barbecue sauce would be forgotten. However, in those situations, I can usually find several dozen packs of duck sauce. And my roast beef sandwich looks like a Yeti ate it, and then shat it back out. Seriously, if there's anything else in the area, I would order from them. Alas, this pizza place is all we have. I hate you. I would burn your store down, but I don't believe in violence. I do believe in negative reviews, though. I'll be ordering again for you guys next week. Please don't spit in anything.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I have questions.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you order pizza. You ask for barbecue sauce, or maybe get a sandwich. You want barbecue sauce with your sandwich. Okay, that's normal. But is this person saying they get duck sauce from a pizza place?
I think what they're saying is instead of barbecue sauce that they actually ordered, they would get duck sauce. But you're
Why
right.
would a pizza place have duck sauce?
But you're right. Why would they have duck sauce? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it goes on pizza about as well as pineapple.
Well, that's up for argument. I think we can debate that on another episode. But but I think you and I are in agreement. Duck sauce does not go on a pizza.
Yeah, duck sauce has doesn't belong anywhere on a pizza, or really many subs that I can think of.
Not at all. Yeah, I would not order from this place because I'll show you the picture that the reviewer uploaded. Not wrong.
Sad.
Yeti shouting it back out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I believe it.
I believe.
Oh
it.
yeah. Apparently it's roast beef. If the reviewer did not say it was roast beef, I would not know. It's something special.
Now, I also cannot condone violence or arson. Yeah, I would have left that out of my review were I leaving a review. But I appreciate the sentiment, and I feel for you.
Yeah, I mean, well, quite frankly, in this
reviewer.
day and age, like bad reviews against your place,
Might
I
as well
think
be
the
burning
owner-
your building down.
I think the owner might rather fist fight somebody.
I think that was a previous review, though, if I remember correctly.
That was a stabbing. That was a stabbing.
I believe there's also one with a fight breaking out between. I don't know. I ever sent that one. Yeah, I'll look into that one again.
Next week we got that next week.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, based on this guy's review, let's see. Here's what I know about the place. They're forgetful. They have very weird condiments to go with their pizza, and
Oh, and they've discovered a Yeti, and they haven't told us about it.
yeah, that's another thing. Like this must be way up north. Like they got
Super
Yetis, not even Bigfoot. They got Yeti over there, and apparently he makes the roast beef sandwiches.
Well, he remakes the roast beef
Ooh.
sandwiches.
Yeah, yeah.
He's definitely involved in the process.
No, thank you. I will pass on that one. So, if you were to give this guy his review a review, how would you number it?
Oh, well, the review is pretty solid. Like, I'd say, 7 out of 8 slices.
Yeah, the one. I guess I forgot that one slice.
Yeah, I mean, the pizza place, on the other hand, they just, you can forget about the rating system because they forgot about the pizza. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 out of Yeti because I'm kind of skeptical whether or not they actually have a Yeti.
Yeah,
making the
skepticism is
sandwiches.
good in this case.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I ever order a roast beef sandwich from someplace and get duck sauce, well, I'll know where it came from. I know I found this
You know
place.
you found it. All your days and years of searching are over. You just need to go out back and look for that Yeti.
Just got, I'm gonna track the address. I will find the Yeti.
Yeah, make sure you bring a good strong trap, some trank darts, if they're legal in the area. If they're not legal in the, I don't even care because I don't want to fight a Yeti barefisted.
Oh no.
Not unless he's sleepy.
And who knows? You might get a Harry and a Henderson situation.
Oh yeah, man. I would chill with Yeti if he's a chill dude.
Oh yeah, I have a feeling Yeti is. I mean, he probably wants to get out of this place making these lousy sandwiches.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not because that's his main food source. This is why we haven't found Yeti because nobody goes to these garbage pizza restaurants, and nobody goes out back to the back room to see where they make the sandwiches.
Ooh, you're probably right. Yeah. So anybody out there, if you order roast beef sandwich, ask for barbecue sauce and get duck sauce. Let us know. Save the address, and we're going Yeti hunting.
Yes, absolutely.
Just need some tranquilizer darts, because you don't kill Yeti.
No.
don't
If
kill
you kill it, you ruin the specimen. How are they going to study that?
Exactly. They need them alive. More money. More money.
More money.
More money. More problems.
Less
And you know what we
problems,
can
less
do with that
problems.
money? You know what we can do with that money?
We could build a new Yeti.
No. We can save Black River Ranch. That's right. It's time to get into our movie review. It's a doozy. It's
Rather painful.
if you have kids, don't let them watch this. If you like horses, don't watch this.
Don't let you watch this. If you have adults, don't let you watch it either. Don't let those adults watch. It's really, I don't know who this movie was meant for, but
I'm pretty sure
I think
it's
it was
meant
meant for us.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's a matter of getting free advertisement by releasing a really, really, really bad movie and just have people talk about it. It's a social experiment, I think.
I'm sad that we've contributed to that.
Yeah, I'm actually considering scrapping this episode. No one needs to know this is a thing. Well, without further ado, here is the trailer for Horse Dancer.
From coast to coast, we are girls are the most. I said from coast to coast, we are girls are the most.
This is the last season for Black River Ranch Horse Camp. At the end of the season, we're dismantling the camp and putting the property up for sale.
I'm saving camp, Mr. C. That's final.
You hear that? I'm a genius.
We have nationally known gymnast Samantha Wick. People want to see her ride, right?
No way. Worst idea ever.
Yes way, and best idea ever.
Wow.
Wow.
So, yeah. I'm trying to think of more words to describe this movie than wow. I'm trying to think of a better start off for how to review this movie than just saying sarcastically, wow. So I can't think of anything else. So I'm just going to go ahead and read you the plot summary for this movie. When one of America's most promising young gymnasts, Samantha Wick, is cut from the Olympic team, she decides to follow her dreams of horseback riding by joining a girls' horse camp. When financial troubles threaten to shut the camp down, Samantha uses her gymnastic prowess to start an equestrian vaulting, horse dancing.
Whoa,
team.
hold on. I'm gonna back you up there. There are a bunch of words that I don't think you got.
Absolutely. I'll be honest with you. I was drinking heavily while watching this movie. I can't think of any other way to get through this.
There was one of those words was equestrian.
Yeah, it was definitely equestrian.
Yep, there was
Yep.
equestrian. There was another one that I've already forgotten.
That would be prowess.
Oh, prowess. Yeah, that's the one. Not powers or prowess.
Yeah, so anyway, Samantha used her gymnastic powers to start an equestrian vaulting, horse dancing, quotation marks, team to raise money to save the camp. So let me tell you how that is misleading. First off, she's not one of America's most promising young gymnasts. She was not necessarily cut from the team for the Olympics. She was never on it to begin with.
Yeah,
she was not.
Never even got the invite.
No, there were significantly more people better than her that she was never put on. She was denied from the team for sure. And then we have follows her dreams of horseback riding. No, she kind of liked it as a kid. She never rode a horse. She liked horses as a kid, and her grandma sends it to her as pity for not making the Olympic team. And then financial troubles threatened to shut the camp down.
Okay, no, that part is true.
No, financial trouble is going to shut the camp down. But Samantha doesn't hear this and then go, I am going to use my gymnastic prowess to start an equestrian vaulting team.
No. She gets kind of dogged into it because, in exchange for not doing dishes. Like, you want to not do dishes? You got to save the camp.
Yeah, and it's like they don't even tell her, oh, by the way, we're using your image and your name and image to promote our camp. They didn't tell her that.
I don't think they told anybody
No,
that when they started making this movie.
I'm not sure who they told that they were doing this because they just decided to use her image, and that's it.
Yep.
Is this the worst movie I've ever seen? No. Is it better than Emily Rose? Is it better than Snow Sharks? No, it absolutely is not. I know we're. Okay, go on.
So I have seen worse movies, but I have not heard worse movies.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think honestly my least favorite part of the entire film, the thing that I will hate this film for most is their use of so-called music.
I'm not sure which music you're talking about. Are you talking about the soundtrack, or are you talking about the camp songs that they sang over and over and over again?
You know, I had flashbacks to camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I remembered how good camp was and how shit this camp was.
Yeah. No, this camp looks terrible. I mean, I understand the appeal of it. You have really lousy, spoiled children, and you want to get rid of them for the summer. Yeah, you send them to horse camp. Get rid of them for the entire summer.
Oh boy, what a blessing!
But if my parents sent me to this camp, I would definitely be a serial killer. I don't question that at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some
Let's see.
form of positivity here right now.
There was a dog in this movie.
That's right. The dog. The best part of the movie. It lasted 2 seconds.
Yeah, the only other character that got more screen time than the dog, that was Richard Karn. He was Al from Home Improvement.
Oh boy, I don't think he had the magic to save the film. He tried though.
I mean, definitely the best parts of the movie involved him or the dog. So, there, take that for what it's worth. Yeah, I am convinced though that Richard Karn owns a stake in what was it, Black River Horse Ranch?
It's a mouthful. I don't honestly remember the name of it.
Whatever. We're gonna call it Black River. It might be right, might be wrong. I don't
Black
care.
River was definitely the name of it, but the rest of it, I don't. Yeah, it was like Horse Camp Rehabilitation Center of good and kind will and God and
Witchcraft and
nature.
wizardry and stuff.
Oh, and yeah, it's sorcery and horsery.
Yeah, they definitely use some horsery to spell people into funding
Yeah, to get this
movie.
this piece of shit green lighted. Boy, oh boy.
That said, speaking of funding, this movie had a budget of about $100,000, and I imagine the majority of that went to Richard Karn.
And if it didn't, how?
Yeah, I mean, is that guy's time so worthless that he can devote at least 3 hours of filming to this piece of garbage? Because that's too much. That is just
Ugh.
they did not do him any favors. It did
Dave,
make me want to.
I have two words for you too.
Mm-hmm.
White balance.
White. Okay. Okay, so we're already going into the negatives. We're done talking about the positives.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, we mentioned Richard Karn. We mentioned the dog.
Look, we're good. We got
That's-
this now.
Okay. Maybe you know a little bit about film. But one important thing you need to do for a lot of the fancier cameras, they can't tell what the color white is based on the lighting, whether you're using incandescent lamps or fluorescence, natural sunlight. It can't necessarily tell what color white is. So when you're looking at it, things might look a little blue or cold, or they might look orange or warm. So when you're watching a movie, a real movie, they do a white balance. So you don't notice a transition going from, say, indoors to outdoors.
Oh, a barn
movie-
to,
The field,
the
yeah.
ranch, yeah.
This movie does not do that.
not once.
The basic fundamentals of film are not here. Just they don't know what they're doing. I feel like there's a guy, Richard Karn, I imagine, I'm going to tell myself it's Richard Karn. He owns a horse ranch. He owns a camp there, and he wanted to make a movie on it. Because this whole movie is actually an advertisement for a real horse camp in Michigan called Black River.
Yeah, it's incredible, really.
Yeah.
I just looked at the note that said, how everybody in this movie knows what's going on. Except I don't think that any of them knew it was an advertisement. They just like, oh my god, we get to be in a movie.
I feel like they didn't even know that. Like, oh, we're just going to be shooting a documentary for this camp, so act natural. They didn't tell anyone, save maybe 5 people, that it was a movie.
Like, yeah, you're gonna have some new counselors this year. There's I don't know what the main counselor, whatever, I don't know what her actual role
Stacy?
at the campus. Not Stacy, no, the other one.
I don't know. They're so forgettable.
The one that marries the sheriff.
Oh, Jessica.
Jessica,
Yeah,
yeah. What is
yeah.
her role there?
Counselor. Yeah.
Because she terrifies me.
Oh, her amount of energy is just she's up at 11. I need her back down at a 3.
And she's got the mouth of Jagger.
Oh, maybe they're related.
I think that's why there was that scene that had so much trouble getting the audio to match up to her mouth movements, because it didn't close ever. It was just like, opening up a portal to hell, and I was trapped inside.
Now that you mention it, I don't believe there's a scene with her and a horse in it at the same time. I think
my brain, I just started racking it. I started looking back. I'm unfortunately rewatching this movie in my head right now. I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure she's actually a horse. And if you saw like the two of them together, you'd be like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah,
that's not an actress. That's a horse that learned to talk."
Mrs. Ed.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of just terribleness, and we're talking about white balance, we're talking about audio.
Oh, we're talking about
Their
camera work.
camera work. Their lens is clearly dirty on several scenes, to include the opening scene. There is clearly dirt on the lens.
You know what? I think actually, I take back anything I said about the music, because that intro music was so good.
I actually want to make that my ringtone. That's how good it was.
Yep. Everything else, though, go to hell.
Yeah, no, like the music saved it. I can't joke about this. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't do this. No, the music was terrible. The soundtrack. There was a song. It was a long song about swimming in the lake. There was not even a lake to mention the sea. There was no lake. And they have a whole song. They're riding horses and they're playing a song about swimming in the lake. No, I will not. No. Everything is wrong about this movie.
So wait, there's no lake, there's no pool, there's not even like a puddle for them to be swimming in at that scene.
It didn't even rain.
I mean, yeah, the sound of piss hitting a toilet is better than the music in this film, except for the intro. I love that. I want that.
I will punch you in the mouth.
If only so that while I'm around you and people call me, you can hear it again.
I will say though, there was there's this one girl there who's watching a talent show who I believe who represents the audience better than anyone else. Where they're filming her. It's like first off, she doesn't know she's being filmed, and she has pigtails. She's not like chewing on her or anything. She's putting her pigtails in her eye.
And trying to block the visions that keep coming to her.
It's like I've seen too much of this. I need to blind myself. Also, speaking of which, there's so many times where it's just like they don't feel like taking an additional take. Like they're showing us montage of happy fun times at camp where they're doing things related to horse camp, like, archery, where there's somebody who's like, first, they don't have any safety equipment. I did archery at camp, 15 years ago.
Yeah, with the big Kevlar net behind it, and the little wrist guards, so you don't shred your wrist to pieces.
Yeah, we didn't have the net or anything, but we did have at least the wrist guard. So they didn't have that. But there's this one girl in particular who they have she is it's just like a medium shot of her pulling back an arrow, letting it go, and it just falls. It doesn't even. It almost goes backwards.
It kind of spins around on the bowstring as it closes. You know what? Actually, it really reminded me of that scene from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're kind of panning across the all the archers, and just like that, they're all screwing it up in their own weird and wonderful way. But just that little fist pump as she screws it up worse than I've ever seen in my entire life. Just
You could not have done a worse shot shy of just dropping the arrow. Like, dropping the arrow would have been like, okay, I think you did that on purpose. But the string moves forward, the arrow just kind of wraps around the bow, and just falls. And she just, unfazed, looks backwards with a huge smile and fist bumps. Like, you couldn't do a second take, like, no, honey, you actually missed completely. We're going to shoot that again.
this has to have been the last shot they actually filmed, and just like, oh, well, we're out of film. We can't fix that.
Yeah, the tape is so expensive.
We have
We
all
can't do
these
that.
beautiful recordings of Richard Karn. Like, that's all we need.
Oh yeah, again, Richard Karn, best part of the movie. That
Ah.
said, though, he all that time on Tool Time with Tim the Toolman Taylor, and he still manages to hit his thumb with a hammer.
You know, now that I think about it, there are only 3 men that I can really think of in the film, aside
think
from
of
the
3?
search party.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Well, actually, on that note, I can think of I can think of 4 to 5. So we have Richard Karn, Jerry. We had Mr. C, who
Mr. Creep.
yeah, no, that guy is definitely peeped in on children, no doubt.
Just
Then we
peeping on
have,
everyone. I don't think it matters.
and then we have
The sheriff guy.
sheriff guy, who is half of the plot basically. We have Rich Dad. If you remember him, Stacy's dad.
Yeah, that's right.
Who
That's
was
right.
gonna- she was gonna
unlike
save the
Stacy's
camp.
mom.
Yeah, he did not have it
Stacy's
going
dad
on.
did not have it going on. That's true.
And of course, our probably second best male lead in the entire movie,
The dog.
Discount Bryan Cranston.
Discount Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, I believe off camera, he led that search party because clearly the sheriff didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anyone. Yeah, I'm looking back at this. I don't think anybody knew what they were doing. The counselors, right? There's a scene where they have that argument between Stacy and our main character. I've already forgotten her name. Sam.
Samantha.
I think it is. All right, yeah. So there's that scene where they have that little fight, and instead of being like, "No, I'm the adult here. I'm here to make sure you're safe," she just storms off like, "Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, just leave that child who has had 0 experience with horses just chilling out on that horse. Nothing bad could possibly happen."
Yeah, she's afraid of horses. Like when she first gets to the camp, she's afraid of horses. Like, okay, here is the character progression.
Yeah, you know what my dreams all include? Things I'm afraid of.
Exactly. Well, that's what Grandma thinks. That's what your grandma thinks. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna send you to spider camp because I know how much.
Yes. God damn,
All right,
is Spider Camp a thing? Hold on, I have to Google this. Go ahead.
Well, while you're doing that, here's Samantha's character progression. She is a gymnast. She does not make the Olympic team. Her grandma decides you're gonna follow your dream because I decided you're going to horse camp. She gets to horse camp and she's not a team player, not at all.
Nope.
She's afraid of horses, and then she's not. And then her grandma sadly passes away.
Oh, very sadly. It's so sad she couldn't actually show any expression for a solid minute and a half after being told silently through film.
Her grandma dies. She goes. I'm trying to figure this out. She goes home. Samantha goes home when grandma dies. She goes back to camp, and then she runs away.
Oh yeah, that was a
Is
weird
that how
scene
that
too.
went? Is that how that? I'm not quite sure what happened there. It's just suddenly there was a Discount Bryan Cranston was leading a search party. That's all I remember.
Oh boy. Oh, that's
Spider
so
Camp?
exciting. Spider Camp is a real thing, and it's in Maine.
All right, so coming up next on the re-review, Spider Camp.
It's not. I'm not talking about a movie. I'm talking about actual Spider Camp.
Oh, we're going to Spider Camp and we're going to review it.
Oh boy, I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
So yeah, let's just get this over with. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Horse Dancer?
You know, I'm trying to create a decent rating system for this. All I can think of is on a scale of 1 to Al, it's about halfway there.
It's okay.
Yep. On a scale of 10, yeah. Discount Bryan Cranston, that brings down a couple marks. Yeah, it's like half horse and full steam ahead.
Absolutely. In terms of camera work, I give this a 2 out of white balance. And in terms of music, I give it a 4 out of ringtone.
No, I mean, I think the bad far outweighs the good. On the music, I have to give it a -3 out of my ears.
Oh, wear that badge with honor.
Yeah. Or just the little blood drips, like, earrings or whatever. It still hurts a little.
Yeah, no.
I don't even want to talk about the amount of times I turned my volume down so I didn't have to hear the music anymore.
Unfortunately, we had subtitles on, so we saw all the
We
lyrics.
saw what we could not hear.
And that's an important thing to notice. They had subtitles for all the music. Whenever there was music playing with vocals, no one was talking. But you know what? That's it. No, I'm done. I'm done talking about this movie. No.
Yeah, just
Wow.
if you're looking for recommendation, the answer is no. Just please don't.
It's not for kids. It's not for adults. It's for people who really like horses and home improvement.
Yeah, it's for people who are trying to think of a good place to send their rich, spoiled children, so they don't have to see them all summer. And that's really it.
Because the movie is nothing but one advertisement.
That's all. That's all we have for you. I wish we had more.
I can't say how happy I am to have that behind me. Unbelievable. But let's move on to better things. So here we have the answer for last week's mystery review.
All right, as a reminder, last week's mystery review was exactly what I was looking for. I like the colors. I used some for actual fighting and some as decoration. That one is decoration.
I like how you had 0 punctuation, just like the guy that wrote it.
I had to read it as it's written. It just doesn't sound right otherwise. Although I did appreciate your fixing it last time. So,
I got it, man.
If you couldn't guess, and I don't know why you would be able to, it was a 27-inch ninja sword with 2 throwing knives.
Duh.
Obviously. It's obviously a 2-foot sword. Doesn't that just... It makes sense. Boy, there's a whole bunch of other things along with that. Tonto blade machete. Oh, no, it's not even a sword. It's a machete that's shaped like a sword.
But it's a Tonto blade machete.
See?
Isn't it the shape of the blade, though, that determines whether... I mean, okay, if there's any sword experts out there, by all means, let me know. If it's the shape of the blade that determines what type of blade it is. Like, can something be a Tonto blade machete?
Conventional wisdom says that it cannot. But, pure Chinesium, yeah, it's got it.
Yeah. So go ahead and look at the review or the link for that product if you want to check it out for yourself.
If you need some decorations for your home and for the kid's bedroom or wherever it looks appropriate.
I think over the mantle is great. Actually, they come in so many different colors, so you can just decorate every room of your house with these fine products.
different color for every mood. I mean, every room. I mean, every mood room.
Whoa. Mood sword. Okay, we'll hash that out later. But
Don't
I think
give
that
away
might be
the idea.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, forget you heard that. All right, now we're going to go into next week's mystery review. So if you have an idea what this review is for, you can send us a message on Twitter at _ReReviewers, or you can message us on this page, on our website, whatever you want to do. All right, here we go. This is our favorite Christmas movie of all time. So I bought this fancy version on a Treat Yourself Tuesday whim. This format is laboriously bad. It has to download D-Box, whatever the deuce that is, from the disc before it will even play. For our viewing pleasure, we got to watch the Blu-ray loading screen on our Xbox One for 45 freaking minutes. We eventually gave up and found it on YouTube and watched instead. Our money would have been better spent buying a cheapo DVD version. At least we have gotten to watch the movie we purchased. So if you have an idea what that's for, you know how to let us know.
Just as a side note, I give that review a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I give that a what out of D-Box.
A deuce out of D-Box.
A deuce out of D-Box.
That's the exactly the perfect rating for it.
That's what it is now. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in this week. If you have anything that you want us to review, any movie you think got too much attention and didn't deserve it, or maybe it's a movie you like that you think needs more attention, send us a message on Twitter or on our website.
And until we get those movie ideas from you, we're going to stick to our randomizer, which this week has selected a wonderful choice for us, The Cannabis Kid. Oh boy, I'm so excited. All right, thanks for listening, folks. Have a good one.